there, I'm Liz Need, and this is your weekly coaching video. But before I get started, I have to give a shout out to my beloved football heroes from Minnesota, the Vikings. As of right now, they're still having an amazing season. They started out with 5 wins, and now they've had 2 losses, but I know that they can pull it out, and so I just wanted to shout out, send good energy to you, Skol Vikings. Okay, now back to the material. We're talking this week about claiming a change. Have you ever been in a situation where you had a problem, you chose a solution, you're executing, you're week after week, you're doing the right thing, and you feel like, I've made it, this is true transformation, only to find yourself backsliding until you're finally where you started almost, and you think, what is wrong? How long do I have to go before real transformation takes place? And that's what we're focusing on this week, is reviewing some of the lessons that we've had. Each week I introduce something new to you, and I hope that you will listen and do the assignment and sort of test it out in your life and see the results, because the results are what really sells you on the change. Why would you change from your comfortable now into an uncomfortable, new, and yet productive and positive and transformational space of your best life? And that's really what my entire existence is committed to, trying to get you to change things that will benefit you. So you're trying all these things, but it's very unlikely after 10 weeks that you are going to adapt to 10 things. Like, you would be a rock star if you did that. That is not the way that it has been for me. And so my request to you is to look over everything that you've done and look at the results and claim your change. So in this video, I'm focusing on what does it mean to claim the change. So when you are in the process of transformation, there's sort of steps to the process. One is you see the problem, first of all, and there's something, most visions in our lives where we see what it is in the future that we want are rooted in a problem. There's something that you want to change. You think, I want something better. I think that there could be something easier or more fulfilling, more purpose-driven in my life. And so you see that there's a problem. There's something that you need to change. And then you get an idea of how to change it. And honestly, there are a million ways to change a problem and turn it into something positive. And the 100-day journey is just one of them. I'm very passionate about the solutions that I give you. So you get an idea, and you can see how perhaps you could get around this problem, or go through the problem, or shift the problem so it becomes part of your solution. And then you try it. You try it on for size. You say, will this work? And I get questions from you like, should I be doing this in the morning, or could I shift it to the evening? Or what if I just want to do this once in a while? Or what do I do when I have kids and a partner and a job that are all fighting for my attention? And you try it and you figure out how you're going to adapt it to your life. Then you see the results, you feel good about it, and you make a decision. Do I want to do this again? So that's what we've been doing in our work together. The 100-day journey is kind of like going through a grocery store on sample day. Have you ever gone to a grocery store and there's samples around, there's someone there, and they have little cups with something really fantastic, and they're just there to get you to try it, and what they're hoping is that you'll buy it. But it is rare. I've never experienced that or seen someone do this, where they go through sample day at the grocery store and then they buy every single thing that they've sampled. That's kind of unlikely. You might pick 1 or 2 things, but you have your list. You have your routines, and they work for you. And then these people with the samples just kind of give you another idea, something else that you could try. I'm like the man or woman at the grocery store offering you a sample, and you taste it and you say, this tastes pretty good. And I would say, hey, look, right here are the fish or the chicken or the cereal or the yogurt or whatever, or the sausage. I'm just trying to think of all the samples that I had. Here it is. You can buy it. And sometimes you're going to buy it and sometimes you're not. And I'm okay with that, because I understand that I have to present these things to you in the best possible way, but ultimately it's up to you. So when you purchase something at the grocery store that you've sampled, that's sort of like you claiming what it is that you have been testing. You've just had a little sample. If you tried something and you've been doing it for 2 or 3 weeks, it's just a sample. It's not transformational yet. It hasn't replaced the knowledge of the old behavior that's in your bones. It's in your genetics. It's wired into the journey, the pathways in your brain. And it's going to take quite some time in order for you to replace them. And let's be honest, once you've done something, you can't unlearn or unexperience what that is. That's why when I tell my kids, just don't do it, because that way you don't have to worry about unlearning it. That way you don't have the knowledge of the wrong way to do something. Really try to do things the right way and stick with the right way, because it's just a lot easier to build on that. But we're human and we've done all kinds of things the wrong way, and now we're going to have to contend with that. And what you have to do is you just replace one behavior with another, but you're going to have to be diligent. So I want to tell you the 3 components of claiming what it is that you want in your life. So whether it's the 10 weeks of information that I presented to you, or it's something that you're learning in a book or a seminar or with another coach, here are the 3 components for claiming your change. The first one is that you're no longer trying it. You're not thinking, oh wow, this really works. I can't believe that this is happening. And you're in a place of commitment. So you've decided, you know what, this is something that I would like to do. You're walking by the sample case and you tried it and you thought, okay, that's pretty good. And now this is something that I am going to go back to the grocery store and I'm going to buy this ingredient over and over because I understand it. It has become part of my knowledge as a human being, my foundational knowledge. So that's step 1, is that you have to really release that you are not auditioning this change anymore, that you're going to commit to it. And that is a mindset. The second thing, and this will last for a while, some longer than others, is that you're going to have to strive against the struggle. The reality is that the thing that you have been doing, you've been doing it a long time. Your body, your mind, your soul understands the language of that old behavior. And so now when you replace it with a new behavior, you're going to have naysaying energy in your body. And you're committing to it, and now you're going to strive against the struggle. You're going to create space for the change in your life. You're going to explain it to your partner, to your children, to your friends. You're going to do it out in the open. You're going to do it boldly. You're going to bring the salad dressing to the restaurant. You're going to run at 10 o'clock at night because you said you were going to do it, and that's the only time you can do it. You're going to do the video over and over and over again, knowing that you've committed to this new behavior, and you've committed to the results that are going to be seen in your best life in your future. And you just have to commit to the struggle. That's part of claiming the change. And finally, you will never forget where your good, amazing results came from. Sometimes people want to rewrite their story. They don't want that struggle in their story. And so when they get to a place of change, they want to feel like it's natural. Like, yeah, this is the way it is. I've always been this way. Let me tell you something. I have not always been this way. I was a person for much of my life, more of my life than not, that I didn't do what I said I was going to do. I broke the word to myself more than anyone else. And so this change that I have made is really kind of temporary, even though it's been over a decade. And I recognize where my change comes from, and I'm never going to forget how I got here, because that is part of claiming the transformation. If you forget how you got here, if you forget those early days where it was hard to figure out, if you forget the fight, you will find yourself back in the old place most likely. And it will be even harder to get the change to happen. So remember, it's important to claim your change. Transformation is not a thoughtless process. It's a mindful and intentional commitment to changing the now. And it is about changing your behavior. And it's about changing the way that you think about things, the way you see things. And you'll have to be diligent for a period of time. But then there will be a moment where you realize, wow, I've changed. And this new way that I am is better than the old way, and I love it more. And so I'm committed to this transformational space in my life. And once you do that, guess what's going to happen? It's time to claim another change. I don't want you to be tired by this process. I really don't. I want you to realize that the privilege of change is only for the living, and that it's part of drawing that breath into your lungs. It's part of gratitude that you have an opportunity to have a second chance and a third chance to do better and get wiser and live bigger. If you want more coaching like this, make sure you check us out at lizneed.com/100days. There's an ongoing program both for your life, for business, and for health. And find me at the 180 Life Coaching Group, where you can check out a fantastic group of people that are embracing and claiming the change and encouraging each other. And please, please, please subscribe. Even if you don't like the Vikings, I promise this hat is only on my head for this week only. Well, I can't promise that, but I'm not going to be wearing this hat all the time if you're not a Vikings fan. But just subscribe, because I create videos like this every week to encourage you, and I would love the opportunity and the privilege and the honor to encourage you more. Just think about a space in your life right now. I know that you are a positive human if you're watching this video, and I know that there is some space of transformation in your life right now. Just remember, you have to claim the change. You have to commit. You have to struggle for a period of time. And most importantly, never forget where the beautiful change came from, in the seeds of this moment. I wish you good luck, and I will see you on the other side as we claim change after change after change in the pursuit of our best life.